Hello and welcome to Book Lovers Companion, the podcast about books, authors, their craft, and more. I'm your host, Edith, and joining me from hot Florida is children's book author Kate Hull. Hello, Kate, and welcome to Book Lovers Companion.
Hello, and thank you so much for having me. I'm excited.
Thank you for making time, and we had to reschedule, dear listeners, and Kate is gracious enough to do that. So thank you very much for making it happen.
Of course. I think you rescheduled on me, and then I had to reschedule on you, so we're even.
Yeah.
And we're delighted to be together today. So that's all that matters.
Absolutely. Yeah. Florida and Austria, or the United States and Austria, coming together via technology. Who can be a pain in the backside, but we're glad that it's there.
Yeah, I think we should be grateful for technology because we would have never met otherwise, I don't think. And now I can say I'm worldwide.
Absolutely. You are worldwide. Absolutely. And I'm also grateful for the technology because I met so many interesting people, so many fascinating authors.
I bet. It's amazing because you can be right in their environment. You could be right with them. There's no limits. You know, that's the beauty of it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're absolutely right because I talk to people from Australia, from New Zealand, Iceland.
Wow.
Was someone from Canada? Yes, there was someone from Canada already.
Canada?
Yes, Canada. And of course, other European countries as well,
Yeah.
Thank goodness
I
for
split
that.
my time in the U.S. I split my time between Florida and New York, and I'm from Buffalo, New York, and we're so close to Canada. We're like over the Peace Bridge. Yeah, they're our neighbors. Yeah, our neighbors to the north.
Neighbors who are not that happy at the moment.
No, they're not happy. Nobody's happy with us right now.
Yes. Yeah, I know.
No.
I know.
And most of us inside are not happy either. But we will always err on the side of optimism. And
good for you.
My view is the future is so bright. So bright.
Yeah, we keep our fingers crossed.
Yes, always. And our prayers high.
That it is. But Kate, we are not here to talk politics.
No, but we're not going to.
Yeah, no, let's forget about that while we talk to each other. Let's talk about your books. I said books. But I'll leave it to you to tell our listeners a little bit more about you as a writer and about your books.
Yeah, so thank you for giving me this opportunity. I own a brand called Share Joy, and it originally started as a passion project, an idea that sort of just sprung from the heart, and it was wrapped around offering fresh floral experiences originally. And so we would do a lot of corporate events and charity events where we would bring a fresh flower bar to these events and people would build a bouquet. And it was sort of like my way of sharing joy, right? And doing something that I enjoyed and loved. And so from that, it just sort of has spun into Share Joy's actually spun into more of a passion project of mine, and a mission in some ways. And like how we had talked about politics earlier, right? Like there's none of that like inside the world of joy, right? And everybody has the opportunity to be inside of joy, create joy, live joy, and so this has sort of been a really beautiful kind of calling for me. So that's sort of the background of where Share Joy started. And it gave me the bug when Share Joy Fresh, the flower company, was launched, to be like, what do I want to do next? Like what does Kate enjoy doing? And so I've sort of built like all of my joys, like what I love to do, what I've found that I love to do is I love to create. I'm constantly inside of like a world of creation, imagination. I love books. I love seeking knowledge. I love every topic that you could think of, from outer space all the way down to the depths of the core of the earth. Like there's nothing that's off limits. And so really the book just sprang from, similar to when Share Joy Fresh started, it was an idea that sort of just came to me and I started to write. It first was in a sketchbook, and it sat in a sketchbook for actually several years, and then I remember one day I showed one of my friends and he was like, "You know, you could digitally create that book." And so that's just like how everything has sort of operated for me with Share Joy, is like it starts in my heart, and then it kind of becomes these, visions. And so the book is Where Does Joy Live? And it's really just wrapped around in the concept of when an individual may be, I don't know, seeking their joy, right? The first step is asking yourself, like, well, what do I like even doing, right? Like, do I love dancing? Do I love cooking? Do I like being outside? Do I like being inside? Do I love a book? Do I love being around my best friend? Do I love being around animals? And so the book is meant to, it's a children's book, but really a book that anybody of any age could pick up and enjoy. And it's just a simple reminder that joy is inside of everything that we see, create, are, love. So it's just been a really nice message to share. And it has become a mission for me to really get it in the hands of children so that they can see that there is joy and there is happiness. And you could even make money off of the things that you enjoy. So it really has been a beautiful way to start that conversation young with children. And then inside the books is really colorful. It's kind of a version of me as a younger girl. I always would wear a bun in my hair. And then there is a character in there that represents my puppy, Kobe. So it's sort of just us, like, going through life, right? Like first Kate finds her joy, and then, from that, I was like, "You know what? I need to do Where Does Peace Live and Where Does Love Live?" So, those are also available, and also a part series of the book. So, I'm just really proud of it and love any opportunity that I can get to talk about it, and that's what brought me to you.
Well, talking about books is usually what authors like to do and what they do best. And they also like to talk and do it best when they talk about their writing process as well. You mentioned a character in your book, your puppy. Can you tell us a little bit more about other characters and a little bit about a bit further dive into the story or things that happen to the characters in your book?
So really there's just a whimsical girl and her whimsical pet Yorkie. So Kobe he's been in my life for 8 years. He's going to be 8. He essentially was my first pet as an adult. I think I did have a dog when I was a girl, but that was more my mom. Not Yeah, it was kind of more of like it was the family dog, but like from a connection perspective, Kobe's been like, I don't know, he was just that spirit that came to me, and I was really, like, actually, like, overjoyed that something so special could exist. So, he's just part of the story. Like, he's part of my everyday life, and now he's, part of these books. And really the books are following Kate and Kobe in ways where, like, you could find your joy. So there's illustrations and words that children could read easy, that show different scenes and illustrations of like do you find your joy when you're cooking? Do you find your joy when you dance? And it's like very kind of like flowy and free and a little bit poetic. And so that's like a little bit of a sneak peek of what you would see inside the pages of the book.
Okay, I see. And you mentioned a little bit of the inspiration for your book and the friend who also inspired you or helped you create the book. How long did it take for you when you started with the idea until you could finish the complete version of book one up to book three? How long did it take you, all in all?
I mean, when I go inside of creation, it's a pretty like I don't stop, I guess, until it's, finished. So I would say once from the idea of like, yeah, let's put this into digital form, I think it only took me a couple months at the most. And then I self-published on Amazon, and so that was a really cool thing to learn. Like, okay, number one, not only can I bring something that's here and that was literally sketched in a sketchbook, but I can take now the tools that we have that are available, the technology that we have available now, and I can actually get it to the marketplace. So my books are on Amazon. I also created a coloring book that was inspired by the book. So, but then also you can purchase my books on my website, which is www.sharemorejoy.com. And inside of my website, that's also an experience of joy. So, um, the first book was probably a couple months, and then I think the inspiration for Where Does Peace came from spending time in Florida over this past like basically fall. Um, the ocean is my peace. The ocean is my joy. The ocean makes me feel like this is home. This is where I'm deeply connected. This is where I feel like I can be in my creative flow, where I can be of service to others. And so when I came to the beach, it was like, wait a second, I got to put out Where Does Peace live and show people like peace is, also something that is we can work on and we can work through and we can all have. And then I'm manifesting love, right? So you sort of get all your ducks in a row and you find your joy, you find your groove, you're in the environment that you love the most, and then obviously love, right? And to me, those are the key elements that every human on this planet, if you can if you can dedicate a little bit of time in your day, if you can get to the understanding of the work that needs to happen on the inside, right, in order to cultivate those things, um, fundamentally, I think, it could take you very far. And it's also with all the noise that sort of transpires around us, right? We could take our energy and we could put it two ways, right? We could put it with all the noise and all of the things that can happen and all the fires and the ugly and the dark, or we can put it in the light and we can be the light and we can find our joy and we can dance in our joy and we can find love and we can give love. It's endless. It's literally unlimited. It's here to be shared. So yeah, I just want to uh I just want to in the pages of the book, I wanna give people, uh, some inspiration or just a little bit of time in their day to just look at the pages and find happiness. It's cheerful, it's colorful, it's bright, and, that's kind of the premise. So, yeah.
Do you think that it might become easier for us adults when we do use these books and read them to our children, nieces, nephews, grandchildren to find our peace and our joy again? Or let me put it differently, rediscover what brings us joy, what brings us peace, as you said, in a world that is so noisy all around us, that
Mhm.
demands from your job and so on. Might it help adults to rediscover this part of themselves?
I mean, absolutely. I'm a child advocate. for literacy. So
Mm.
some of what drives me is when I was younger, I did not pick up I didn't really learn how to read like at the level that the other children that were my age were learning, and it was always a struggle. Like I'm talking really truly could not comprehend at the time. I don't know if you're familiar with this, but they were using well, the school that I was in, they were using hooked on phonics, which is a way of learning the language and how to read. And for some reason, like my brain just would not like register that way. So my mom was amazing. She got me extra help. We realized that the way that I learned how to read was literally just memorizing words. I couldn't sound them out, but if you put it in front of me, I would memorize it. Which leads me to this other point, right? Is what's beautiful about my book is it's a direct access into anybody that wants to work with ShareJoy, whether it's schools, whether it's community-based organizations, whether it's charities, whether it's whatever, libraries. I have this, ability to advocate for children all learn differently, right? Children might not learn the same. And so we as adults that are trying to really cultivate and bring up really beautiful starseed children at this point, like different than what we've ever experienced, we have a responsibility to make sure that we're sitting with children, that we're reading with children, that we're talking to children, that we're sharing with children experiences, that we're explaining to children that you can literally be anything you want to be. You literally co-create this experience with your higher power. These are the things that I love about the book, right? It's like this avenue into just like different conversations that need to be had. Because if somebody can sit with me and see my story and be like, wow, she just said she didn't even know how to read as a child, and they can be impacted and say, okay, well, this is my struggle, but there is a light at the end of the tunnel. It's like books can just take you into so many different directions, and I think that's why I love them so much. And then also clearing the mind, right? Like giving children coloring books and books that they can read or illustrations that can kind of like take them into a different world. It's important, right? It's kind of teaching meditation young. It's teaching knowledge young. I mean, it's literally the foundation to which creates every opportunity imaginable. So it's been really cool. It's been a wonderful experience creating the books, but then it's also really fun to see the impact that it's having.
The impact, I suppose, not only on the children, but also, as I said, on the adults, probably.
It is just as much, right? Like,
Yeah.
um, it's important to like to give. So one of the things that you'll notice inside of the book is it's quick, right? It's just like a quick pickup. It's easy either for a child to read or an adult. So like we know, I'm not in lollipop land when I talk. Like I do understand that there is a reality where parents, they're under the pressure. They're under that kind of day-to-day operation of what life can bring, right? And sometimes it's not that adults don't want to read to children, it's they just simply don't have the time. So inside of the book, it's a quick read. It's a quick, okay, let's read before you go to bed. Let's read for a couple minutes in the afternoon. Or if parent really doesn't have time to sit and read, maybe they can open up the coloring book and have their child color while they're preparing dinner. So it's kind of can be a tool for parents to use and take it where they want.
Mm. Using the coloring book, maybe they should also make a comeback because since there are coloring books for adults to
Yeah.
relax, maybe that's a
Yeah.
good way to bring them back to children as well, instead of putting a mobile phone or tablet into
I
their
know.
hands.
I know. I know. We were big on coloring books when I was younger.
Mm.
We were really big on coloring books. We were really big on sidewalk chalk. Do you remember sidewalk chalk? Bubbles. Oh, you guys didn't have sidewalk chalk?
No.
Oh, you're missing out. I'm sending you sidewalk chalk. It's literally chalk in all different colors, like chalk that you would use on a school board. But
Ah, yeah, sorry,
we would make
sidewalk chalk.
art
Yeah, of
on
course we had that. Sorry, yeah.
side. Okay,
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
okay. Yeah. So I think like, yeah, it's just like it's not like a lost art. It's just that we have access to all this technology. Children have access now to all this technology. But I would love to bring back the old, like, all the things, like, when I was young, there was no cell phone, right? So we played
Exactly.
outside. We
Yes.
went to the corner store and bought candy that fit in a little brown bag. It was literally the
Yes.
highlight of my day.
Yes.
We rode bikes.
Yes.
Like, and so what I love about ShareJoy in my books and the creating is like I can do all of that, right? Like I have a playground up here. It's the
Yeah.
most gorgeous playground you could ever imagine.
Yeah.
And it sometimes it just explodes into all of these things that sort of are tangible outcomes and every person has it. That's the gift.
Since you said we had bikes, we went outside and so you are not Gen X, are you?
I'm not what?
Gen X, Generation X.
I was born in 79.
Yes, you
So
are. Yes, you are Gen X.
okay, okay,
That
okay,
that
okay.
that explains a lot.
Okay,
I'm
yeah.
only and I'm only 4 years older than you are, so that makes a
Okay.
lot of sense now.
Yeah, yeah. So you know. I was literally just having this conversation with one of my very favorite cousins. He's almost like a brother. But we were like, we really enjoyed childhood. Like we would laugh because in the neighborhood there was it was a quarry, like a pond, but it
Yeah,
was really beautiful. But
yeah,
at the time, like in the 80s, they people were using it as, like, a place to, like, dump their, like, old tires and, like, all this stuff, so it was a little probably toxic. We thought it was paradise, okay? You could
yes.
not tell us otherwise, we thought it was paradise, and so, when people say, like, "Well, it's really easy to say that everything's joyful, and it's easy to say that everything's light, and it's
Yeah.
easy to say that," but it can be, right? Like sometimes it's just your perception. Sometimes it's just your view. And you can turn, something into nothing if you can turn on your imagination, which words and learning words and reading to children helps turn on the imagination.
That's true, and I mean, don't get me wrong, we also had TV, of course we had TV, and, my cousin and
We
I,
did.
we also watched, the original series of Star Trek, and
Yeah.
we
Yeah.
absolutely loved it, we enjoyed it, and then we used a Lego to replicate more or less the consoles they had on the bridge,
Yeah. Mm.
and
Mm.
we created our own Star Trek bridge and played
That's
Star
what I
Trek,
mean.
you know?
Yeah, I know. I also tell this story when I was little. This one gets me too. We would be up at in Canada, we would be up in a beach, right? So
Uh,
we would stay at the beach for the 4th of July.
mm,
So the 4th of July like Canada and in America is like there's always fireworks.
mm,
But so people would blow off a bunch of fireworks the night of the 4th, and my child brain thought that the fireworks could be resold, so I would spend the next day, like, gathering all of the fireworks and, like, lining them up and, like, making my own fireworks store on the beach, and I couldn't understand why people didn't wanna buy the fireworks. So, like, I just think about all those things that we did to occupy ourselves,
yeah,
and it was probably because my mom was like, "You know what? Go outside. Go find something to do," because
exactly.
but also it cultivates,
Yeah,
it cultivates and so I'm not saying, like, I don't ever wanna be one of those people that's like, "Back in my day," but we could reference back in our day and
mhm,
give children a little bit of slice of all of those paradises and joys as we go along.
yeah,
So
yeah.
just a little sprinkle, like sprinkles. you
Yes,
know?
yes. Yeah, I absolutely agree with you. And when I listen to those comedians on YouTube, when they talk about Gen X and so, yes, it was the same here. I think it was a sort of, although we live in different countries and across the Atlantic and so on, it sort of is universal, I suppose, in the Western
Mhm.
world at least the experience we had when we grew up
Mhm.
in those
Yeah.
days. And I recognize so many things those people say and uh, how they spent their time during, a summer break and so on. It's yes,
Yeah.
yes, we had yes, yes. I get you. I
Yeah.
do get you.
Yeah.
And I mean, books also played a major role, at least in my life, because I'm a ferocious reader and I love to read and I love books and I love to escape. Some people call it escapism. Yes, it is escaping into a different world, but it's okay. You come back, you can
Yeah.
come back from it. And why not?
Mhm.
And as you said, it is so important. Literacy is so important. And when I look at people who try to promote literacy, I mean,
Mhm.
there are in your country there are quite a few prominent people, celebrities who do that. One of my favorites in this regard is Dolly Parton. This woman spends so
Yeah.
much money on making sure children have the chance to read or learn to read. I mean, that's absolutely admirable
Mhm. It
and
is.
and important.
Yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah.
And there's also the fact of delayed, what I would also call delayed gratification. When you follow along, you do not, or at least we couldn't do that. We couldn't just put in a prompt into ChatGPT or Google and ask, what's the book is all about, or how does it end and whatnot. No, you had to read it
Mhm. Yeah. Yeah.
and follow along and be part
Yeah.
of the story and be part of the adventure. And don't get me wrong, I do enjoy my TV shows or a good film,
Same.
but
Mm.
it is
Mhm.
never the same. A film or even a TV show can never do what a book does.
No. And then also, what's your opinion on, like, books that they then make a movie out of?
It depends.
Yeah.
Sometimes I think I would love to see that on the screen.
Yeah.
It would make a
Same.
great. That would make. These days, I go for TV shows because they often do books or ideas more justice than films do because they have longer
Mm.
time to develop characters, to develop the
Mm.
story.
Okay, yeah. I always like reading, like, I love when books that I've read come to life in a vision, so I'm always curious about, like, either the show or the movie, but I also 9 out of 10 times would double down on the fact that the movie and the series are never as good as the book, and I don't know what that is, but
Yeah, I suppose it still has its limitations because when I think of inner monologue, for example,
Mhm,
I mean,
mhm.
I suppose you can only do so much on the screen compared
Yeah,
to what you can do on the page.
yeah, yeah.
So
True, true.
maybe that's the reason why we think, it was not that bad. I liked it, but the book was still
Yeah,
better. I,
yeah, yeah,
so
yeah.
I think the only book I thought about it and I spoke about it to other people as well. I said the only book where I think that did it justice and where I enjoyed both was The Color Purple.
Mm. That was a really great movie.
Yeah,
That was a really well done, very well
yeah,
done, brought the book right to
yeah,
life. It
yeah,
really did. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
There's
Absolutely.
definitely been some really good ones for sure.
Yeah,
Uh, yeah, that I could see that one. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
And may I ask, did you go to libraries in your vicinity as well to offer the book for libraries?
I'll be honest with you, I have a lot of plans as far as, libraries, getting the book out, but yeah, there was actually it's funny, I went on a walk the other day and stumbled into a library, and the smell of the library came back, like, that's nostalgia, right? And it made me think, like, I need to connect with some of the libraries for sure. Yeah, yeah.
I mean, it's one way, especially in the United States. I mean, I have never thought about it here in Austria, to be quite honest, because, we do not have those limitations in schools, which books are
Mm,
allowed, which books are not allowed. It's not even,
yeah.
you know,
Yeah, you literally have whatever
yeah,
you're this
whatever.
yeah, yeah,
W- eh, The only
yeah,
question is it age appropriate or is it not too
right,
difficult for the students to read?
right,
That's the only
yeah,
question we have to ask ourselves
yeah,
as teachers. Otherwise,
yeah. I mean, I can't fathom being censored for trying to talk about joy and love and peace, but, call me crazy,
well,
you know?
you're not censored with me, and since my hosting platform for the just audio version is in the UK,
Yeah, yeah,
not ever. And I mean, well, that's sad. I mean, as I said, we do not have these limitations for schools here in Austria, and also not libraries. Libraries get you can get whatever you like.
yeah. Do you guys have we used to have the schools would have, they were like it was like a mobile van that came with the it was like a mobile library, it would park outside?
Not really, no, because even small schools, I mean, I work in a very small school, we also have a library in our school.
Yeah.
I mean, we didn't have that in our villages because usually even the small villages have a library.
Yeah, this was like, they would call it the bookmobile, and I used to
Yeah,
love when the bookmobile again, you would step into it, it smelled the library.
yeah.
So, yeah, I'm big on, like, smells. I feel like libraries have a distinct smell, churches
Mm,
have a distinct
mhm,
smell. So, yeah, I'm always like sometimes things I'll step someplace and it'll take me back,
yeah.
takes me back.
And gyms
Yeah.
have a distinct smell, which we try to avoid at all cost, but
Yeah,
that's
that's
a
not a
story
good smell.
that's a story for another podcast, Smell of the
That's
gym.
a different
Oh,
topic. Yep.
yes, entirely. Yeah, absolutely. And may I also ask, what about the writing community? I mean, as a children's book author, you would also need a writing community. Are you part of a
Mhm.
writing community or are you
Nah,
considering it?
I mean, yeah, I'm considering every connection, opportunity, network. A lot of what I do is uh is like online, like between social media platforms, but like also
Mm,
connecting into community and such. So I think, yeah, that would be
mm,
something that I should definitely pursue.
mm.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah, because each and every author I've spoken to, they absolutely recommended getting together with other
Yeah.
authors for
Yeah.
inspiration, for feedback, and so
Yes.
on. Yeah, absolutely. And may I ask, Kate, um, what about plans for other books, next books? Would you say that you would like to stay with children's books, or would you like to tap your toe into other?
I have
Oh,
a fourth. Well, I have so I think joy, peace, and love sit as a threesome, like a trilogy, right? Like or like a three-pack, right? As far as like theme. But what I literally just came up with this. So one of the things that I do most often than not is I like to be up at like 4 and 5 o'clock in the morning. It's quiet. It's like before the world turns on, and it's literally the time that I write or I get inspiration downloads from, in prayer and meditation. And so yesterday I had a download or a vision about taking Kobe and I to outer space. So that's definitely going to be something that I um start to create in the book realm. I'm definitely not finished. Um, I also love journals. I love like I wanna be able to create just like some journals that children can maybe use and pick up, and the importance of journaling and writing is really important. Visioning, knowing what you want, and then sort of writing it down is hugely important in designing your life. And then also I absolutely adore creating coloring books. And so I have um, a bunch of different, um, I don't know when it'll happen, right? But ideas as far as bringing custom coloring book experiences to Share Joy. So I don't see my creation ever stopping. Like, I will create, I will write, I will design, I will paint, I will live inside of my world of imagination until the day I physically pass, and then I'll probably do it up in heaven.
Yeah, well, who knows? Exactly. But have you ever, this need to also write for adults? And I'm not
Yeah,
just
like
talking about coloring books for adults. I'm thinking a lot since I'm a absolute lover of crime fiction. Maybe
me too.
in the wee hours of the morning, you might
Yeah,
think
me
about
too.
the most awful horror book you would like to write, or the most awful thriller you would like to write. Is there
Yeah,
something in
yeah.
the back of your mind?
There is. Yeah,
Okay.
there is. So I last year I decided to document the year that I was in. So that is like sort of just uh something that's going to eventually come out, right? In the more of the adult world. But I have okay, I don't okay, I'm just going to say it. I have a very I come across, I think you do too, a lot of unique people that for whatever reason I think my spirit is open. They tell me everything. So I write as soon as I have an experience with somebody, and it could just be like somebody that I randomly run into like at the grocery store. And if they share something, they end up in my journal as a character. And so I have multiple different kind of like characters. And in my head, we all live in the same sort of like either building or like vicinity. And we're all sort of connected in certain ways, right? But then I did think about, and this is what making me giggle because you said about you love crime, um, and like thrillers. I was like, but I want it to be kind of like a twisty at the end. So yeah, like because I write every day, because I'm a visionary and I'm literally drawing, doodling, writing, constantly. I'm sure that there's gonna be a whole lot more, like, that comes out of this. I'm really just getting started. Where Does Joy Live is not even a year old, so, I know that, I'm in the infinite stage, the beginning stages of it, and I'm excited. And, the other thing that I wanna caution is, and I don't wanna say that I didn't use it, but, like, when AI first came out, it was, like, very important for me to learn it and, like, see what was out there and, like, use certain platforms and, like, use it as my kind of, like, a little bit of a tool for my creations. But I have decided in the last few months or so, um, I'm having an aversion to AI as far as letting it be any part of my creative process. So I want everything that comes out of shop moving forward, shop meaning me as a being, will be completely clean and clear, and it'll either be of myself or of my higher power. And so that's kind of been a cool exercise for me to kind of dive back into.
Yeah, maybe it would have been the easy way out using AI for a creative process. And I had a talk about AI with other authors as well, and only for the latest episode with the editor and author Ekta Garg, she also said, if AI is not able to do the dishes and the vacuum and the laundry, what's the point of it?
Yeah, I mean, I definitely feel like I was using it, right? Even in like social media
Mm,
sometimes, like for posts or whatever. And I don't know if it's just here around me or like what my network is, but like I don't want to see AI. I can
mm.
tell if it's AI. Like businesses are starting to use AI for like these marketing posters, but they look like AI. And it's like I know that it's enticing because it is a very amazing tool, and we should
Yeah,
all have some understanding of it and use it. But I love authenticity. Like, be who you truly are supposed to be. And if you don't know who you're supposed to be, go sit down and have a real conversation with whoever you believe in, and it'll come. Sit quiet, ask yourself some questions inside, right? And who you're supposed to be comes out, and then be that person.
yeah,
Don't be, this is Kate's face, but she's gonna go put her face on somebody else's body because that's not Kate's body.
yeah,
And then that made me feel like, don't use AI for your words, Kate, because those aren't your words. So I'm saying it to you like that's just like my belief system. People can do
yeah.
what they want, say whatever. But for Kate, I had to have some soul searching.
Mm,
And I think everybody should have some soul searching
yeah,
when it comes to that topic so
yeah.
that you don't have an AI coming into your house and doing your dishes and your cleaning and et cetera, et cetera. Like, how far is it going to go? Like, how far is it going to go?
Yeah,
That's another book.
yeah, yeah, that's true. I mean, for the creative process, I would absolutely agree with you. I mean, it's abhorrent. For work
Yeah.
purposes, it can be useful. I have to admit it.
Yeah.
Uh, but otherwise, yeah. And people often say, I think you also mentioned it, that you might be able, a lot of people might be able, are able, not might, they are able to detect the difference between
Oh,
AI
yeah. Oh,
created
yeah.
stories and stories written by real people.
Yeah. Yeah. I think
So,
in the beginning of AI, it was like, okay, you sort of used it and you didn't fully know. Now it's very obvious. It's very obvious what's the difference between true original creation versus
mm,
maybe a touch of AI, which nothing wrong with that, to a full blown. I mean, okay, let me just throw this because I know I'm a little off topic, but I fell in love with this song. My mom sent me this song. I'm not going to mention it, who it is or whatever, but it was just a really beautiful, touching
mm,
song.
mm,
And it made me look up the artist. So then I
mm.
went on Instagram, I looked up the artist and I was like, huh, I mean, he was fine. I was like in love. Like, let me just move to Memphis to find this man. But then I noticed it looks AI-ish, right? Well,
Mm.
then I did some more research on the artist. He's literally not even like a real thing. His persona is AI, his voice is AI. His album is like doing very well, but like he is basically a completely made up person, like AI person. And then there's like this producer in LA that is behind like the whole movement. But I was like, I feel abused.
Yeah.
I don't I just didn't I it didn't like the way that it made me feel. And that was like the moment for me that was like, let's take a step back and think about AI in your life, Kate.
I mean, it's the same, I suppose, with authors. I mean, there are some. I've seen them those ads, on social media where people say, "Oh, I have written 200 books with AI last year, and I
Yeah,
have written
sure.
300 books with."
Yeah.
Yeah, so what? I
Yeah.
mean,
You
which
can.
means you haven't written those books. AI or the algorithm has written those
Yep.
books. You didn't
Yep.
write those books. So
Right.
what?
Right.
I
Right.
mean, and here we are back to delayed gratification. I mean, when we have those favorite authors and you have finished their latest book and think, when will the next be out? Oh God, I
I
have to wait for
know.
another year. Oh God.
I know.
Ugh. But
I
yeah,
know.
that's it. Or you wait. Or when people write a trilogy or something, I wait for all three books. Let's wait for
Yeah.
them.
Yeah. And then you read them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Well, that's why, and also for me too, is like I was thinking about this as a creative, I have to be in a flow. So
Yeah,
if I cannot schedule writing. Like,
yeah,
I can't schedule creation. Like, you
yeah.
can't say to me, "Hey, Kate, you got some time tomorrow morning. You should probably book." That's not how it works for me. So I can kind of understand that too from a writer's perspective. It's like you have to also wait for them to have that inspiration, you know? It's very fascinating. It's a world that I'm really just learning because of creating the books, but it is a beautiful world, to learn, to talk to other people about it, to understand their way that they do things, their operations behind all of it. It's really cool for me anyway.
Yeah, it's always something new to learn from other people. That's what other authors said on the podcast before. That said
Mhm.
why they also listen to the podcast to learn from other
Mhm.
authors about their writing process. I mean, there is
Mhm.
no recipe, one fits
Mhm.
all. It doesn't exist, especially when we talk about creativity. But
Right.
maybe there's a few ideas you might try or find something for yourself you can make fit for you or not. I mean, it's always something, as you said, you could learn from others, from their experience, from their process.
Yeah. 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 And that's the beauty. And like you said, and be inspired.
Mm,
Like, that's the biggest thing.
mm,
Inspiration. That's what I find in anything that I go. That's why I think I enjoy listening to other people's stories. That's why I think I
mm,
love exploring like museums and like
mm,
being outside. It's just like I like the inspiration that comes from having an experience, and that's what I think some like what Share Joy is. It's like offering experiences. It's not just being like, I need, go buy my coloring book. It's like I want you to have the experiences. I want you to feel happy when you're coloring, in the coloring book. I want you to feel happy about the words that you're that you're reading. I want you to have that experience. I want you to feel how I felt when I unlocked some of this stuff for myself.
mm,
It's a really beautiful place to be when you learn the gifts that are sitting
mm,
inside of you that you haven't fully unlocked yet,
mm.
you know? So, it's really cool.
And may I ask, since we talked about the characters in your book, Kobe and Kate, your younger self,
Mhm,
do you
mhm.
think those characters will grow up when you
I don't
continue
know.
writing?
I don't know. I don't I feel like I don't know. That's a great question. I don't know. I do see them though in like 3D in the sense of like some type of like maybe cartoon or you know I see them coming to life, I guess. I don't know if they're going to grow older. That would be pretty cool actually. Um and maybe because I do use the books as sort of um a manifestation or a visualization of my own life, that it's very possible, right? Because Kate and Kobe, we're not getting any younger. Well, we are on the inside, but not the outside. Well, maybe we are. I don't know. That's a whole other topic.
Well, you only started out, as you said, a year ago. The first book came out, and there's still time to think about that.
Yeah.
But it would be
Yeah.
interesting because uh, also your audience, the children, grow up, so maybe your characters can grow up
Right.
with them, and
That
vice
would be so
versa.
lovely. Yeah,
Yeah,
that would be lovely. Yeah,
yeah. As
that would be lovely.
yeah, as some people did with Harry Potter and, well, all
I
the other
know.
children's books we had before that. Would be interesting. Um,
Yeah.
Kate, is there anything else you would like our listeners to know?
No, I just think, like, if I could leave one message that, maybe your listeners could grab is find your joy, and when you do, hold it. Hold it tight and share it. Um, and yeah, and live in it. Like, live in it as much as you can. Live in joy, live in peace, live in love, even if it is only a slice of your day. If you could dedicate a slice, sometimes the slice turns into a bigger puzzle piece. Sometimes it actually turns into like your whole day, believe it or not. And so I think that's what I would love to just leave everybody with. Find your joy and hold it. It's a good
Mhm.
feeling, you find the joy and the peace comes, it
Mhm.
really does. So I thank you for this opportunity. This has been really a
My
very
pleasure.
fast hour.
Yes, it usually is. I have to tell you that.
Yeah,
It usually is.
yeah,
And you
yeah,
said hold your choice. So, dear listeners, your next book might be your next choice. Usually, mine is. My next choice is the next book I will hold
yep,
and enjoy in peace. And
yes.
most of the time, I love it. So, all
There you
bases
go.
covered in
There you
this regard.
go. There you go. I love that.
Kate, thank you so much for joining me. It was an absolute pleasure. And please don't go away. Wait for me in the green room.
Thank you so much.
I'll be with you shortly. Dear listeners, I do hope you enjoyed this episode as much as my guest and I did. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. And I do hope you will tune in for another episode. Until next time.